Hello students, welcome to Geography class of 9th standard. Today we are going to start with the lesson number 14, Atmospheric Pressure and Winds. This is the title of lesson number 14. This is very technical and interesting chapter which is given on page number 101 to 102 of your geography book. The objectives of the day are to discuss about the atmospheric pressure, to discuss about the measurement of atmospheric pressure, and to discuss about the factors affecting the distribution of pressure. Let us discuss first important terms. Atmospheric pressure. The pressure exerted by the weight of vertical column of air per unit of area is called atmospheric pressure. Barometer. An instrument used to measure the atmospheric pressure is called barometer. Isobar. Isobar is an imaginary line drawn on a map joining places having equal atmospheric pressure. Pressure gradient. The difference between the pressure of two places is called pressure gradient. So let's start the chapter with a little introduction. If we consider the atmosphere as an ocean of air, we live at the bottom of this ocean of air. The atmosphere exerts pressure because air has weight, but we don't feel the enormous pressure of air. It is because we are supported by an equal pressure of air on all sides of our bodies, and the air inside us exerts an equal amount of outward pressure, balancing the inward pressure of the atmosphere. Now, students, open your books, page number 101. Let's start with the book reading. The atmosphere rests on the surface of the earth due to the gravitational pull of the earth. Air is a mixture of several gases, and like any other matter has weight, air exerts its weight as pressure on the surface of the earth. This is known as atmospheric pressure. Let's understand this. Atmosphere surrounding the earth is a mixture of gases. It is bound by the earth due to gravity, which does not allow air to escape to outer space. Atmospheric pressure is not the same everywhere. Air pressure decreases with increase in altitude, so the mountain climbers often experience some physiological disturbance like weakness, nose bleeding, ear bleeding, etc. The atmospheric pressure is maximum at the sea level. Come back to the reading again. Atmospheric pressure is maximum at the sea level and its weight is 1034 grams on 1 square centimeter area. The atmospheric pressure is measured with the help of barometer. Students, atmospheric pressure is measured with the help of an instrument called barometer, invented by the scientist Galileo and his assistant Torricelli in 1643. Barometers are three types: simple barometer or mercury barometer, Android barometer, and barograph. Come back to the reading again. The normal atmospheric pressure at the sea level is the weight of the column of mercury 76 centimeter high. The atmospheric pressure is measured in millibars. 1 millibar is equal to the force of 1 gram of air over 1 square centimeter area. The normal pressure at the sea level is 1013 millibars. Now question comes over here, why atmospheric pressure is high at sea level? Students, most gas molecules in the atmosphere are pulled close to Earth's surface by gravity. So gas particles are denser near the surface with greater depth of the atmosphere. More air is pressing down from above. Therefore, air pressure is greatest at sea level and falls with increased altitude. Come back to the reading again. Like temperature, the atmospheric pressure also varies from place to place and from time to time. This is because of the atmospheric pressure decrease with increase in temperature and vice versa. It also decreases with increase in altitude. The humid air exerts less pressure than the dry air. The rotation of the earth on its axis also modifies the distribution of atmospheric pressure on the surface of the earth. Students, these are the features as well as the factors of distribution of atmospheric pressure on the earth's surface. We will discuss in detail later. The distribution of atmospheric pressure is shown with the help of isobars on a map. The lines joining the places having equal atmospheric pressure at the sea level are called the isobars. So students, isobar is an imaginary line drawn on a map or a weather chart joining places having equal atmospheric pressure, supposing these places to be at the sea level. When the isobars are far apart, there is a little variation of atmospheric pressure, and when the isobars are close to one another, there is a great difference of atmospheric pressure over smaller areas. It indicates stormy weather. Thus, the spacing of isobar indicates the pressure gradient. What is pressure gradient? The difference of pressure between any two places is called the pressure gradient. The steep pressure gradient is represented by closely spaced isobars, while widely spaced isobar represent low pressure gradient. There are two types of pressure systems, high pressure and low pressure. The atmosphere exerts considerable pressure, but we rarely feel it. One can imagine how much weight of overlying air is carried by us daily. We do not feel the weight of air because the outward pressure balances the inward pressure. Next point is distribution of atmospheric pressure. Before read this, let's understand what are the factors affecting the distribution of atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric pressure is not the same everywhere. It varies from place to place and time to time. Atmospheric pressure depends on these factors. Number 1, temperature. Number 2, altitude. Number 3, rotation of the earth. And number 4, water vapors. Let us discuss one by one these first. Number 1 is temperature. There is an inverse or opposite relationship between surface pressure and temperature. When the temperature is high, air expands and becomes less dense and lighter. So, warm air exerts less pressure. On the other hand, when the temperature falls, the cold air, which is denser, exerts more pressure. This is the reason for having a low pressure belt in the equatorial region and high pressure belts in the polar regions. Second factor is altitude. Atmospheric pressure decreases with increase in altitude. The lower layers of the atmosphere are denser than the layers at higher altitude, where the air is rarefied. This is because the atmosphere is highly compressible. The overlying layers exert pressure on low-lying layers. The heavier gas molecules remain closer to the surface due to gravity. Third important factor is rotation of the earth. The rotation of the earth causes bulk of air to swing from the poles towards the equator. Polar regions have high pressure belts due to extremely cold conditions. The air sinks down at the polar regions, expands, and its pressure decreases. Thus, the lower pressure belts are formed along 60° north and 60° south latitudes. Fourth and last factor is water vapor. The air with water vapor or the humid air is lighter than dry air because water vapor present in the air displaces an equal volume of dry air, that is nitrogen and oxygen, thus making the air lighter. Water vapor has latent heat also, which makes the air lighter. Come back to the reading. Distribution of atmospheric pressure. The general distribution of pressure on the earth is not uniform. The atmospheric pressure belts are found more or less in regular pattern in the southern hemisphere than in the northern hemisphere. The regularity of the pressure belts is disturbed due to the unequal distribution of land and water on the earth. The atmospheric pressure largely depends upon air temperature, which generally decreases as we move away from the equator towards the poles. If the atmospheric pressure would have been functions of air temperature alone, then there would have been a regular increase in the atmospheric pressure polewards because the air temperature generally decreases from the equator towards the poles. But this is not so. There is a low pressure belt near the equator due to high mean annual temperature and a high pressure belt near the poles due to low mean annual temperature. These two pressure belts follow the rule that the atmospheric pressure increases with a decrease in temperature. The existence of high pressure belts near the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere cannot be explained on the basis of temperature. Since the tropics experiences very high temperature, there should have been low pressure if the temperature would have been the only factor controlling atmospheric pressure. Another anomaly is the existence of the low pressure belt near the 60-degree latitudes in both the hemispheres. There is a rapid decrease in temperature from the tropics towards the poles. Thus, it is clear that atmospheric pressure belts are not controlled by temperature only, rather, they are also induced and modified by dynamic factors such as the rotation of the earth. So, this is all due to the two important factors, that is, temperature and the rotation of the earth. Temperature, as we know, atmospheric pressure decreases with increase in temperature. When air is compressed without any heat being added to it, its temperature is raised. On the contrary, when the air is allowed to expand without any addition or subtraction of heat, its temperature falls. On the other hand, rotation of the earth, air at the poles are pushed towards the equator by the rotation of the earth. There is a high pressure at the poles due to low temperature. Because of rotation, the air coming down from the poles occupies more space as it expands and its pressure falls. These low pressure belts are along parallels of 60 degree north and 60 degrees south. As air always moves from high pressure to low pressure, the air moves away from the poles from the higher level to take its place. Let's do recapitulation what we have discussed just now. The atmospheric pressure decreases with increase in temperature and vice versa. It also decreases with increase in the altitude. The humid air exerts less pressure than the dry air. The rotation of Earth on its axis also modifies the distribution of atmospheric pressure on the surface of the Earth. So students, with that we have completed today's topic. Hope you understand well. You have to revise this and solve related back exercise. We will meet very soon with the next topic, the main pressure belts on the Earth's surface. Till then, have a nice day.